In today's episode, out of control Lime bikes nearly ruin my day. We find out how the flagfall increases my earnings during this shift. And we play another round of Guess the Fare, which takes us to...
Parking on G Street.
Hey, good morning, you gorgeous, crazy cats. Look at you out there in YouTube land. You all look amazing today. It's Saturday, the 4th of October. Storm Amy has passed through the UK. She wasn't up to much, I'm afraid, just a little bit wet and windy. Now the sun is out today. We're going to be on Tariff 2, and today we're going to be totting up the flagfall.
And there were 3 winners for Guess the Fare in the last episode. They were at George Bourne, at Andy Mann, and at Mr. Danny. DM your details to me, and a fine woven key tag will be winging its way to you. The price came to £41.80. Well done, guys.
You see, I've never really sat down and figured out how much the flagfall is a major contributor towards your shift earnings and how important it is. So today we're going to find out. And there she is, waiting for me, waiting to do another day's hard work.
And I think we'll start this shift with the London Black Cab's famous 16-foot turning circle. Look at that.
So what's been happening? Well, I went away last weekend to Spain, to a place called Benidorm, if you haven't heard of it. And it's got a bit of a reputation, but for the wrong reasons. Lots of Brits, nothing wrong with that. But it's a resort of 2 halves. There's a beautiful old town there. And if you want to go to the crazy strip for a night out, hey, it's there if you want it. Great value for money. And if you're thinking of retiring, taxi drivers, not a bad choice. Right, let's do the usual. Bit of coffee, bit of West London, bit of Kensington Hilton.
For those of you who are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's absolutely free. I make content like this every couple of weeks. My journeys around London in my taxi. Okay, I'm heading west down the Uxbridge Road and, of course, towards Shepherd's Bush Green, around Holland Park roundabout, and heading for what is known as my favourite hotel, the Kensington Hilton. So getting around towards the Kensington Hilton, which is the other side of the roundabout. And good news! The cab in front of me, or the cab on the rank, was pulling off. And that means I'm pulling on for my first job of the day.
Job number 1. Hi.
Hello, we're going to the Pear Tree in Battersea Park.
Okay, first run of the day. We're going from the Hilton Kensington to the Pear Tree Cafe in Battersea Park. Left Holland Park Avenue, comply Holland Park roundabout. Leave by Holland Road, heading in a southerly direction here. Morning is nice, no rain forecast. Let's do a left into Addison Crescent and a right Addison Road. Follow that all around. Past Melbury Road on the left. We'll jump over Kensington High Street onto Warwick Gardens. Warwick Gardens bends round to the left. We'll hit the lights at the end. And then a left turn onto Pembroke Road. Get to the end. I'll stay in the left lane here. I need a right turn now on to the world famous Earls Court Road past Logan Place on the right, where Freddie Mercury's house is. Well, the back door of his garden anyway. So forward Earls Court Road, heading in a southerly direction. We need to get down to the river, and that's exactly where we're going. Jump on to Redcliffe Gardens, Redcliffe Square, and then back on to Redcliffe Gardens before we go past the Fulham Road and then past the New Kings Road. So Fulham Road past there, a little bit of traffic around here, a bit of jostling about, plenty of cars parked on the left and right. We'll then cross over the Kings Road, forward Edith Grove, bear round onto the Chelsea Embankment. Lovely morning here. Lovely day to go to the park and have a little coffee or a latte in the Pear Tree Cafe. Entrance to the Pear Tree Cafe, I'll be going over Chelsea Bridge, then Queenstown Road and right into the park there, as if I were heading to Battersea Power Station. No right turn over Battersea Bridge, we're just going to keep going along the Chelsea Embankment. Quite a high tide on the right there. Whizzing along, nice time in the morning to be heading towards Battersea Park. No real big obstructions in my way. Let's go green here. Thank you. Right turn over Chelsea Bridge. First entrance on the right. That's going to get me into the park, and I will be setting these customers neatly down on the left for the Pear Tree Cafe.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Ooh, first job of the day, and a nice job it was too. Kensington Hilton to the Pear Tree Cafe in Battersea Park.
And we're off and running with the flagfall. How many flagfalls I do depends on obviously how many jobs I do. And the shorter the jobs, well, I can get more flagfalls out. That's why I love doing short jobs. In an episode a few months ago, I did 10 jobs in 2 hours. That really makes a difference as far as the flagfall is concerned. So, small jobs for me, love them. And if you'd like to take a look at that episode, 10 jobs in 2 hours, click on the link above. Right, let's get out of Battersea Park, head over the beautiful Chelsea Bridge, head north towards Lower Sloane Street. That's going to take us northerly direction towards Sloane Street itself. But before we get there, well, Sloane Square and no cabs on the rank. Hello, job number 2.
No problem.
And off we go to Marylebone Station. Let's circumnavigate our way all around Sloane Square and then jump onto Eaton Gate, Cliveden Place, and then into Eaton Square. Not heading up towards Chesham Place because of the roadworks there at Pond Street. Again, they're still digging up that road, so left turn Belgrave Place. Comply Belgrave Square, lead by Grosvenor Crescent, all the way up towards Hyde Park Corner. I'll wait for a left turn. Of course, I can only go left here. And then left onto Park Lane. Fairly quiet at this time in the morning, so I'm looking for Park Street to get me all the way up to the Marylebone Road. So in and out of the bus lane, left and right, but don't need to stay in there for too long. Right turn Brook Gate, bit of a queue here. Forward Upper Brook Street, and then left Park Street. Now it's just a case of heading north. North all the way to the Marylebone Road, jump up over Oxford Street, and then Portman Street, and Portman Street will neatly take us over to Portman Square, and then Gloucester Place. Now Gloucester Place, I've got to stay in the left lane for the left turn most of the time, if I can basically be bothered to do that. Heading north all the time now, staying in that left lane, like I said. I want to get a left turn onto the Marylebone Road. Oh, bus broken down, forgot about that one. That's what was holding things up. And then finally hit the lights, go green, do that left turn, and then I'm going to jump to the right of the Marylebone Road to get into the right turn onto Balcombe Street. Right turn onto Balcombe Street, and then a left turn onto Malcolm Place. U-turn, sit down on left.
Thank you. Another nice job, Sloane Square to Marylebone Station. And it looks like it's buzzing here at Marylebone Station, so I'm just going to go up and do a U-turn and go back round to the rank. Hi.
Morning. Goldsmiths Hall, Foster Lane.
Goldsmiths Hall, Foster Lane.
Yeah,
no
thank you.
problem.
Okay, off to one of the world-famous livery halls. Go forward Malcolm Place, right, Great Central Street, left onto the Marylebone Road. Now, livery halls, well, cab drivers know these back to front because we are asked them during our knowledge of London tests. And the great thing about livery halls, well, the examiners love to ask them because they never move. They've been there for hundreds of years. So livery halls are something that gets me back to my old memory of being on the knowledge. And Goldsmith Hall is one of the most beautiful livery halls in the whole of the city of London. So forward onto the Euston Road after the Euston Underpass now. Going to cut down early into Holborn here, so I'm going to do a right turn onto Upper Woburn Place, then forward Tavistock Square. After Tavistock Square, we proceed south Woburn Place, and then on our right side, Russell Square, and Russell Square will then vault us forward south down onto Southampton Row. Do a left turn here onto Theobald's Road, right Drake Street, left on to High Holborn. Bit of a queue getting in the left lane here, finally made it out. Still not too busy, and as we get into the city at the weekend, well, it gets quieter and quieter, of course. Forward now on to Holborn, the old Prudential building on the left. Forward Holborn Viaduct, and then head past the Old Bailey on the right. Heading easterly now, we do a left turn onto King Edward Street, forward Montague Street, Comply Rotunda. Lead by Aldersgate Street, then left Gresham Street, right Foster Lane, set down on the left.
Thanks very much. Oh, a nice little job into the city. Marylebone Station to Goldsmiths Hall, one of the famous livery halls in the city of London.
And off we go for job number 4, so I'm heading west now, towards Shoe Lane, Fetter Lane, down on to Fleet Street, and then around the Old Witch, and the rank outside the Me Hotel is empty. So, well, I thought I'd just give that a go.
Yeah, sure. Jump in.
Okay, leave by right Old Witch, and then we'll do a right turn on to the Strand. Traffic's not great getting down into Trafalgar Square this morning, but anyway, I jumped in and out of the bus lane on the left, and as you can see, there was a scaffolding vehicle on the left that was holding everything up. And if you didn't know, before we go into Trafalgar Square, the Goring Hotel is the hotel of choice for the royal family. It's the hotel where the royals stay, and Kate stayed there the night before she got married to William. Coming out of Trafalgar Square, Cockspur Street, and then hit a stop sign here. They were filming a feature film on the left in Waterloo Place, and they were doing that important shot and couldn't let us through until the cameras had stopped rolling. So here we were. I was trying to explain to the customers in the back what I could see, but they couldn't see it. Past these very strange military vehicles on the left and the right, obviously a period production. Forward Pall Mall, right St James's Street, no going through the park, changing of the guard is on, left on to Piccadilly, and head all the way down to Hyde Park Corner. Left turn onto Hyde Park Corner, and then we'll do a left turn into Grosvenor Place and head south towards Victoria, then a left onto Lower Grosvenor Place, right Beeston Place, set down on the left.
Thanks very much. Oh, door's not closed. All right. Cheers. Aldwych to the Goring Hotel.
From there, a right turn out of Beeston Place, forward Grosvenor Place, and well, job number 5 was waiting for me just before Hyde Park Corner on the left. We're off to the zoo.
Hi.
Mate, can you take me London Zoo?
London Zoo, yeah,
Yeah.
no problem.
Leave on left Grosvenor Place, comply Hyde Park Corner, all the way round to the north side, left onto Park Lane, get in and out of that bus lane, should I say, and head in a northerly direction. Not going to use Park Street this time. There was quite a bit of traffic hanging around Brookgate. Just going to get up towards Cumberland Gate, left and right, then right Marble Arch, then left onto Great Cumberland Place for this one. Take that left turn and then head all the way north to the end of Great Cumberland Place until I get a right turn onto George Street. Right turn George Street, left turn here onto Gloucester Place, and keep heading north all the time because I want to get up to the Marylebone Road like I was doing in a few jobs earlier. Right onto the Marylebone Road, get in that bus lane, like I said again, looking for a little entrance into the park. Your gate's fine. Right outer circle, do a left turn at the end of the outer circle. Plenty of cyclists here today because it is the weekend and cyclists love Regent's Park at the weekend. I'll sit down on left because this gentleman was working at the Frieze Art Exhibition.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks very much. Fantastic. Job number 5. That was Grosvenor Place to the Frieze Art Exhibition in Regent's Park.
There is a rank outside Regent's Park which was empty, so maybe someone was leaving the zoo early and I could pick up job number 6 from it, and that's what I did.
We're headed towards Islington.
Islington, okay, no problem.
Right, let's go to Islington, leave on left outer circle, left Gloucester Gate. Gloucester Gate gets me onto the left lane of Parkway. Parkway's normally a real pain, but I just figured out I'm going to cut round the back of King's Cross Station for this particular run. Instead of going all the way down to the Marylebone Road, forward Greenland Road, right, Byam Street, all the way down towards Crowndale Road, that's a left turn. Follow Crandale Road towards King's Cross Station, right Midland Road. I don't even think we touched Midland Road. Left and right Pancras Road. I am cutting through King's Cross Station here to get to Islington. It is allowed, don't worry about it. Left onto the Euston Road, forward Pentonville Road, all the way up to the top. And we'll just keep on going as if we're heading towards the Angel. This job, if I didn't tell you, is heading to Cross Street. So forward Pentonville Road, I'm going to do a left Barrow Street, right White Lion Street, and then left Islington High Street. And then, well, there was going to be a problem on the Essex Road. Someone, a line bike caught me out just at the last minute. It crossed over the road and, well, it was heading towards me, and I think she'd lost control of it. The pedal assist had lurched the bike towards the bonnet of the car, and I just had to slam on the anchors. You couldn't really see it there. When that pedal assist kicks in, it can be a bit of a surprise, and I think that's what happened.
Fantastic. Okay, London Zoo to Cross Street in Islington. That was a nice run from Regent's Park to Islington, apart from right at the end, 2 line bikes. Well, basically they lost control of the line bikes, crossed over the road and nearly ran straight into me. So that was a bit of a shocker.
From Cross Street, I'm going to head back down towards the King's Cross, so Pentonville Road, around Swinton Street, then Gray's Inn Road, and make my way back into King's Cross Station. I do remember coming down from Camden and getting the job to Cross Street. There were a lot of people at the King's Cross rank. So let's see if there are still a lot of people at the King's Cross rank. And sure enough, there was. U-turn, straight in, pick up.
Can I go to the Premier Inn hub in Covent Garden, please?
Right, leave on left Pancras Road and get ourselves out onto the Euston Road. Bit of a queue here to get out there. It's a busy time of day at this station. Right turn onto the Euston Road. I'm going to be heading for Shaftesbury Avenue for this particular job, and that would mean Gower Street. Stay in the left lane as much as I can because that's my little unfair advantage using that bus lane, and then left into Gower Street. Gower Street starts taking me in a southerly direction now as we go past the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art on the left and a veritable feast of university dwellings on the left and the right. Forward Bedford Square, forward Bloomsbury Street. And Bloomsbury Street takes us to the northern side of New Oxford Street, cross over New Oxford Street, and all of a sudden we're in Theatreland on Shaftesbury Avenue, the Shaftesbury Theatre on the left, which I think they're doing a show all about Live Aid at the moment, which is a 12-week run. Haven't done a job there yet, but I noticed the new signage on the front of the theatre last time I passed. Anyway, Shaftesbury Avenue now, pretty busy. We have our fair share of disruption in town with protests. Left onto West Street, look at the people around here. Follow that around, right up at St Martin's Lane, set down on the right.
Slap bang in the heart of the West End here, Covent Garden behind me, Leicester Square in front. There's a lot of people about today. That was job number 7. Another one goes into the flagfall pot, and we carry on looking for job number 8.
I must admit, every job today so far has been a good value job. Plenty of miles have been knocked out in the cab, and also no tiddlers, which means the flagfall turns over a little bit slower. However, the jobs I'm doing are very worth it indeed. So heading down towards the Haymarket here, westerly as ever, jumping on to Pall Mall. And just before I did my right turn onto Pall Mall, I noticed at the bottom of Waterloo Place there was some filming going on. As I take the right turn, take a look on your left and you'll see a few military vehicles there. No idea what sort of production this was. Many feature films are filmed here, as well as many documentaries and countless others. Right, let's get up St James's Street, do a left turn onto Piccadilly, and Piccadilly is going to be offering me up job number 8.
Hi.
Hi, Science Museum, please.
Okay.
Apologies peeps, late turning on the camera here. Well, it's only Piccadilly, then Piccadilly Underpass, which we've just come out of, forward Knightsbridge, right on to the Kensington Road. The smallest job of the day this will turn out to be. Carry on the Kensington Road. I'll do a left through Princess Gate, left and right Ennismore Gardens, get to the end of Ennismore Gardens, left onto Exhibition Road, sit down and right for the Science Museum.
Okay. And thanks very much. Job number 8. The smallest job of the day so far. That was from Piccadilly to the Science Museum. So it just goes to show how good all the other jobs were. Let's head for job number 9 and another £4.20 in the flagfall pot.
Job number 9 was pretty straightforward. All I had to do was head south on Exhibition Road. Then someone came running out with a hand in the air, waving me down on the right. All I had to do in this situation was full lock on all the way around and pick them up on the left.
Take us to, let me find this on the map. It's just near the Barbican.
Okay.
Just north of the Barbican on G Street.
Yeah, don't worry, Governor. I know where G Street is. I did the knowledge. Of course I did. Well, forward onto Exhibition Road, right and left. Ennismore Gardens, reversing the run from Piccadilly, where we just came from, basically. So do a right onto the Kensington Road now, and then, look at that traffic. That really has built up. I'm just going to stay in the left lane as much as I can. Oh, yes. You know what? I think it's time for Guess the Fare. I'll tell you all about the rules for Guess the Fare at the end of this run, but keep watching because this is a fun game to play. Okay, forward into Knightsbridge. This traffic is a real pain. I'm not very happy with this at all. Anyway, get through the green lights, and now I need Piccadilly Underpass. Jumping in the right lane here, and before you know it, I get swallowed up by the Piccadilly Underpass. Get vomited out the other side onto Piccadilly, and now it's just a case of staying in a easterly direction because we're heading towards the Barbican and G Street, spelled G-E-E. Stay on Piccadilly and try and stay in that bus lane on the left, but I'm going to get forced out of it because of the roadworks on the left, so that means a bit more queuing. And finally, we arrive at Piccadilly Circus on a Saturday afternoon, which, guess what, it's absolutely heaving. So left onto Shaftesbury Avenue, or the second exit onto Shaftesbury Avenue. This, of course, is busy. Chinatown is packed on the right. Soho is packed on the left. Harry Potter is full inside the Palace Theatre. And forward we go on Shaftesbury Avenue until we get to the junction we were at not so long ago when I passed the Shaftesbury Theatre on the left. There it is. That was the sign I was looking at, the Live Aid sign. Left turn now into Museum Street and then a right turn onto Bloomsbury Way, heading in an easterly direction, using that bus lane as much as I can. Cross over Southampton Road. Now we're travelling easterly on Theobald's Road, eating up the miles heading towards Clerkenwell. In fact, we have just arrived in Clerkenwell, go past the Italian Church on the left, Hatton Gardens on the right, and then forward Clerkenwell Road until we get to the junction of Goswell Road, when we will cross over that junction on to Old Street, heading towards Shoreditch, but not there. Left turn Central Street before then, and then a left turn onto G Street, set down on right.
That was job number 9. That was the Science Museum to G Street in Clerkenwell, and that was Guess the Fare. If you're new to the channel, every couple of weeks we play Guess the Fare. Can you guess how much it cost for those passengers to go from the Science Museum to G Street in Clerkenwell? The flag fall starts at £4.20, and then the fare increases in increments of 20 pence pieces, 4.40, 4.60, 4.80, and so on. Not 10 pence pieces, so it's not going to be 4.50 or 4.70. I'll let you know the answer in the next episode. If you're triumphant and you win, then you can get your hands on one of Mark Monroe's famous fine woven key tags. That could be winging its way to you. Let me know your answers in the comments below. Let's go and hunt down job number 10.
Just a case now of reversing this route and heading back into town to where all the people are, the tourists, the people enjoying their weekend in London, and obviously the demonstrations. So off we go along Clerkenwell Road, a bit of High Holborn, drop down on to Shaftesbury Avenue, over Cambridge Circus, and then just before Chinatown. Job number 10 was waiting for me on the left, opposite the Palace Theatre, home of Harry Potter.
Oh. Hi. Selfridge, yeah, okay, yeah.
And this was an incredibly enjoyable job because one of the passengers who jumped in, his name was Peter, he was a subscriber of the channel and couldn't believe that I had picked him up on the streets of London, cutting through Soho here as it was. So they agreed to just say hello at the end of the video. So thanks for that, guys. And then we had a great conversation on the way to Selfridges. Where are we now? Oh yes, we're on Great Marlborough Street. So we're passing Carnaby Street on the left and Liberty's, very high-end department store. And the Palladium is going to be passed on the right, Argyle Street. Anyway, we just need to get over Regent Street. Absolutely packed around here today. It's a Saturday. What do you expect? Shopping bonanzas left, right and centre. Cross over onto Maddox Street here. And then from Maddox Street, we'll cross over Bond Street, and Bond Street will take us to Grosvenor Street. Do a right turn onto Davis Street, past Claridge's Hotel on the right. Then it'll be a left turn Brook Street, and then a right turn on to Duke Street. Heading north all the way up to Selfridges, where I will set these wonderful people down on the right.
I just want to say thank you to a subscriber who's jumped on board, who's studying in Bath, Peter, Jane and Datar, who all come from Bangkok. So Bangkok and Kebner, we put Pasatai Dai. So thank you for riding in the cab, and lovely to meet you guys.
We're big fans.
Oh, just stop it. Enjoy London, yeah? Thank you.
And just as they jumped out, another couple jumped in, wanted to go to Harrods. So forward Duke Street, left Wigmore Street, and then a left onto Orchard Street, passing Marks and Spencer's on the right and Selfridges Food Hall on the left. Forward North Audley Street, right Green Street. We've done this run before, I'm sure. Get to the end of Green Street, and then it's left Park Lane and head south towards Hyde Park Corner. London is bustling. It's the middle of Saturday afternoon, and there will be plenty of traffic around Harrods today. Okay, stay in the right lane here. Comply Hyde Park Corner all the way around past one of my favourite hotels, the Peninsula on the left, and then left turn on to Knightsbridge, heading now in a westerly direction. Take a look at the traffic coming up to Harrods. As you know, it'll start slowing up about here. Yep, things really just kind of stop working And also there's normally an ice cream van parked there. Yep, well done, mate. That really doesn't help anything at all. I just keep going, set down on the left.
2 back-to-back, Selfridges and then to Harrods.
Heading off from Harrods now on the Brompton Road in a westerly direction. Just down the road, job number 12 on the left.
A little bit further down from Harrods. Hi.
Thank you. Could you take me down to Pimlico, please?
Right, off to Pimlico, which can be a bit of a nightmare. Leave on left Brompton Road, and that'll take me down to Sloane Avenue. Left Sloane Avenue because it's a bit of a maze inside that part of Pimlico, Cambridge Street especially. So I normally ask for directions near the end. Yes, I know I'm a London cabbie, but that part of London, well, it just confuses me beyond belief. Left Draycott Place, right Cadogan Gardens, left onto the King's Road. King's Road's going to take me up to Sloane Square, all the way around. Going to exit that by Holborn Place, and Holborn Place takes me down to Pimlico Road. Pimlico Road, left turn all the way down to Buckingham Palace Road, past the Orange Pub on the right, and the little market that appears there on every Saturday morning. So cross over Buckingham Palace Road, forward Ebury Bridge, bear left, Warwick Way, right Alderney Street, left Clarendon Street, set down on the left.
Thank you. It's fantastic. Oh, it's been a busy day, I must say. Job number 12, that's another one in the flagfall pot. 12 flagfalls, Brompton Road to Pimlico, Cambridge Street. Let's keep going.
Getting out of the maze that is Pimlico. It's an absolute nightmare around there, so found my way out onto the Belgrave Road. Amble past the Gatwick Express raft entrance on the right. Jump over Buckingham Palace Road. Head north through Thomas Cubitt Land, the beautiful Eaton Square, and finally arrive at Belgrave Square, where I decide to continue north until the Berkeley Hotel appears on the right. And my final job of the day is waiting.
Hi.
Would like to go to Gloucester Road
Millennium Hotel and Conference.
I know it, yeah.
This way.
Straightforward job here, heading west, forward Woodland Place, left on to Knightsbridge, past the casino on the left and the Mandarin Hotel on the right. Stay in the left lane here. We are now on the Brompton Road, heading towards Harrods. God, I can't believe that ice cream van is still there, blocking everything. Very annoying. Okay, once we get past Harrods, obviously things will start speeding up, as they do, and as you can see, heading forward now onto the Cromwell Road, into the Museum District of Victoria and Albert on the right, Science Museum on the right, and the Natural History Museum on the right. Left turn, I'm going to do Stanhope Gardens, right onto Harrington Gardens, head in a westerly direction, right Millennium Gloucester, sit down on the left.
That's your lot. 13 jobs for today. Very good day. 13 flagfalls, more importantly. That came to a total of £54.60. That's how much flagfall contributes to the daily takings. Very important. And I like getting those flagfalls. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave any comments down below and answers for Guess the Fair. Hit the thumbs up button. Until next time, I'll see you back here.